Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming back here at the ShawnCast. We had a brief little pause there. My buddy Dan is joining me here again today, just to talk about a few more topics that we have in our mind. He says that we were on a Coke binge. I don't know what reality he is on, but I did not get any Coke, and
You got one right now, man. What are you talking about?
This,
Coke right in front of you.
I'm upset with you because you made that remark.
It's a fact.
Well, real quick before we go into it, I just wanted to give a shout out to my friend Roxy Ray. She is actually an adult entertainer and stripper, and she actually has her premium Snapchat that she just actually released. $25 for 30 days. You get pics, videos, and everything, and you can actually get this at csnaps.com and then click browse and type in Roxy Ray, RAE.
Wow.
Especially if you're looking for a good time.
Do we get a discount? For being on the podcast? No?
Maybe.
They're telling me now, guys. They're telling me.
No, she's a lot of fun, and I'm very attractive. I'm sure you guys will have a great time if you just look her up. Anyway, so my tech guy here is typing on his new Note 9. What did you type? Tell me.
He just drew some Alex Jones thing.
Oh, you drew. Yeah, we were watching Alex Jones video. We all tried to do an impersonation of Alex Jones. We couldn't do it.
Yeah, we just don't have that internal rage, I guess, right now.
The mental instability that Alex Jones has. I can't do that. I can't be that angry and that energetic and that amped all the time. But anyway, so going into this, I wanted to just talk real quick about what happened recently. The death of Mac Miller. How do you feel about that?
I'm pretty heartbroken about it, honestly. I've been listening to him for a long time. Probably when he first, not when he first got out or came out, but like pretty soon afterwards. Probably 8th grade, freshman year, I want to say, which for me was what? Let's do the math on that. 11, 12 years ago ish. I've been listening to him probably.
Do you feel like a piece of crap?
No, I mean,
like all your artists keep dying. Like, what's going on with that?
Oh man, starting this one off heavy, man. Shit.
Just don't listen to any metal music, please. I don't want my artists to keep dying.
Oh no, I don't really fucks with metal too hard. But
is that why Chester died? I'm sorry.
Oh man.
I do apologize. No, but no, seriously, rest in peace, Mac Miller. Definitely a very good artist. I was glad to have enjoyed his music for a good amount of time. I wasn't a big fan, but I did enjoy his music. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, he just seemed like a very from all accounts and every public. He never really had any he wasn't really in the headlines for a lot of bad things. I mean, this past year he kind of did when he and Ariana Grande had their breakup, and he had a DUI and he like wrapped his car around like a light pole or something. And I mean, I think he was just. I mean, he's always had addiction and issues with that. You can tell, he was in all his music and everything like that. And I think after that breakup, he was just in a really, really bad spot. So he just really, kind of succumbed to his demons, and it's just really sad. You know what I mean? Like, we've all experienced that kind of level of depression and just feeling in that pit of, I guess, despair. And you just, it's hard to get out of it, and a lot of people turn to drugs, turn to alcohol, turn to things that aren't the healthiest to cope with it. And unfortunately, it cost him his life at 26 years old. That's crazy. That's literally like our age right now. So
super young.
It's just really hard to think about it like that. But no, yeah, I mean, it's super sad. Really, it's probably one of the celebrity deaths that's probably hit me the hardest since Chester's death.
That
just
one
because I was just such a big fan of Linkin Park and Mac Miller. and he literally just came out with an album like a month ago, and is about to go on tour and all this stuff. So it's just sad to lose a talent like that, especially at such a young age, to a drug overdose. And yeah, I mean,
it, unfortunately, it's a tragedy that does happen. Let me go back and explain some of this. I'm a very fucked up human being, so I make a lot of death jokes to deal with to deal with depression, because I don't really know how to, not depression, but like sad moments, because I don't really know how to deal with it, so it becomes awkward for me. But I'm a big fan of Linkin Park, Chester Bennington. I'm also a big fan of well, not a big fan, but I was a fan of Mac Miller. So I mean, it's definitely there. So I do feel bad. I just don't know really how to deal with it. So I just make jokes.
No, yeah, a lot of people use that same coping mechanism of making jokes out of it, or saying inappropriate things to be funny, because you just you either feel awkward or you just don't know what to do. And
it's awkward.
It's
like
with that depression or death or whatever, sadness. But
no, I get you. Did you see some of the Twitter or the tweet? I'm sorry, tweets that are on Twitter that are blaming Ariana Grande for the death of Mac Miller?
Yeah, I mean,
it goes back to what you said about him being depressed over Ariana Grande,
right?
And stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, and just to be clear, like it's not her fault at all that this happened. I think every sane person would say that. Did their separation and the breakup, and maybe him seeing her get engaged, to Pete Davidson, did that affect him? Sure, of course.
Yeah,
it
would. Of course it
would.
To.
But that's not on her. You know what I mean? And on Twitter, on Instagram, she even like deactivated her comments on some of her posts on Instagram, because people were blowing her up as soon as the news broke that this is your fault, this is on you, you killed him, you did this. It's just another example of how horrible people can be, and they're showing their true colors. So it's really unfortunate.
Yeah, and I mean, to be completely honest, I think if I was Ariana Grande, I would do the exact same thing. I would just block my comment section, just ignore people, because imagine you're being blamed for someone's fucking death. It's like, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But you know what? Going back to the funnies, at least now Eminem can't diss him. So there's that.
Yikes.
He did a lot of like noise making lately with that album and
Eminem
everything.
Dropped Kamikaze without any kind of singles, without any kind of warning. He just, hey, I got a new album out, and people are like, oh shit. I've listened to it. I like it for the most part. There's a few that I really, really like. He's got Joyner Lucas on a song I really liked. Obviously, I forget the name of the one song where he's calling out MGK and G-Eazy and all that shit. But
what'd you think about MGK's response to that?
I liked it. I thought just going out and I already saw that, you asshole. They're showing me dead Mac Miller memes over here. It's a little too soon. That's the kind of humor we all seem to have.
Yeah.
But what was I talking about?
Talking about the song.
Eminem, MGK's diss. Yeah. So just to have the balls, first off, to diss Eminem, got to give props for that. His diss was pretty good. He did a lot of references to previous Eminem songs, references to his daughter, which kind of started the whole thing way back in like 6 or 7 years ago or some shit. It was like 6 years ago. MGK said that Eminem's daughter, Haley, was hot. At the time, Haley was 16 when he said that. So people were kind of like, eh. So I guess people in the know say that bugs Eminem that he said that about his daughter. So they think that's why he dissed him in the first place, Eminem. So he had a lot of references, MGK did, in his diss track to 8 Mile and things like that. So like he had a lot of tie-ins in there that people who actually know like what's going on, like there was a lot of those little tie-ins. So it was a pretty solid, honestly, a pretty solid response from MGK. I just think that at the end of this, I think Eminem will be the one that comes out. You know what I mean? Like Eminem's not going to he gave him like one line in the song. MGK wrote a 3.5, almost 4 minute diss track to him. Eminem is gonna come back with some fire. I think.
I think he will too. I think he has to. I mean, not just because to look like to not look like a punk, but I think he's gonna do it just to prove that he's still the better MC.
Right.
Ultimately, not saying that MGK is not. MGK is a great MC. I like. I'm not sure if it was a freestyle or something, but it was in a video called "Breaking News" with MGK. That fucking song is awesome. That song is fucking amazing. And I heard it and I was like, damn. That was the first song I heard from MGK. And then after that, I kind of explored into him and, yeah, that shit slaps. That shit slaps.
Hey.
And then I kind of dove into MGK after I heard Breaking News. And I was just really impressed with a lot of shit. I didn't like the tribute that he did to Linkin Park. People were like, oh, it's so emotional. I was like, it sounds like shit.
I haven't heard that.
Like, sorry. I mean, I can't do better, but it sounds like shit. So, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But did you see the Tekashi 69 video of "Lose Yourself"?
No.
That he's trying to like rap over it.
No.
Oh my god, dude, it's fucking hilarious. He like messes up mid track, dude, and he can't like rhyme.
Well, no, he's not. I don't know what to say about that guy. Anyway.
Tekashi 69.
Yeah. That guy is literally just.
He looks like a fucking rotten Skittle. Like he does.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous. But I don't think anybody else is really going to respond. I think. I don't think anybody has the talent to actually respond. See, yeah, there's a picture of him. Yeah, he looks like a fucking rotten Skittle. His grill is literally like a bag of Skittles that you just dipped in Coke and stuck in your mouth.
We share the same first name.
Tekashi?
Yeah.
Your first name is Tekashi?
No.
Your first name is Dan. So you're saying his first name is Dan?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know his real name, so
yeah.
I guess that was kind of stupid on my part, but yeah. Don't look at me like that, Gentech. The fuck? Don't you have typing to do? So yeah, did you get a chance to see the Tekashi video?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's
What'd
pretty. I mean, the dude raps for literally like 12 seconds and finds a way to fuck it up. So I mean, that's pretty much it. It's pretty bad actually.
That's so bad, dude. Like he has like -3 skill. Like if this was like a Warcraft game, he'd have like -3 skill. I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm talking about.
In most
Clearly.
categories.
Yeah, for real. It's so bad. But I don't know. I just don't think any other rapper, I guess, is talented enough to come back with something for Eminem other than MGK.
Any rapper or any rapper that he's dissed?
I don't think any rapper that he's dissed can come back from that. Other than MGK, of course. I mean, he has a talent, but other than that, I think everybody else is going to be just
MGK. I think his first diss track, his response was a solid one. Like
absolutely,
that was a solid shit. And we'll see where it goes from here. I'm kind of excited to see all these white boys going for each other's throats all of a sudden. It's like, oh shit, what's going on? G-Eazy's fucking beefing with MGK, and it's getting crazy right now.
That's fucking awesome, though. I'm excited to see how this continues to unfold and see how I'm gonna kill that fucking cat. I'm gonna turn you into a fucking hat. Anyway, no, I love all animals. I'm not a person who's cruel to animals. Sorry. Like I said before, I'm getting over being sick, so I still have the fucking cough. It's terrible. But anyway, no, yeah, I'm gonna.
Really good.
Wait, what happened? Who?
Token?
Who's
You
Token?
haven't heard of Token? I
I
showed
haven't.
you Token, no?
I don't think I have. I could be wrong though. What about him though?
He's
Really?
good, yeah. He's a young. He's really young. He started when he was like 15 or 16. not
the one
Token
from South Park.
South Park, bro. God. He's basically he sounds a lot like Eminem. This kid.
Oh, did he get this too or no? He did. Oh wow, I don't remember that.
Which actually is a good thing for Token, I think, because not too many people know about him. So I think getting dissed might give him an opportunity to get bigger by responding. You know what I mean?
Right. Do you think he can respond? Do you think he's gonna have the skill to respond?
Oh yeah.
I'm not really familiar with him.
We gotta show you some shit, bro. He's actually really talented.
Yeah, after the podcast, we can definitely go ahead and listen to some of his shit. Because yeah, I mean, I'm not really familiar with his work, but if he's talented, wait, is he that 16-year-old kid that did that one YouTube video where he like didn't cuss at all during the rap song? He was talking about like he was like 16.
He started right around that age. Yeah, that might be the same one. I don't remember about the not cussing, but it could have been.
Yeah, like he mentions something about his like mom in his video or something like that, and he talks about not cussing or something like that. But it was pretty cool. Well, from if it's the same guy, we'll have to definitely check that out.
This one was my first one. I forget what the name of this song was.
Yeah.
No Sucka MC's contest. Yeah, that's the first one I've seen of Token.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, it's the same guy. Yeah. It's the same guy.
This video was dope too. He just dropped that one a little while ago.
Which one was that one?
Code Red, I think. Yeah, Code Red.
That's one of the ones I got to see.
No, he's really good. I think he's more lyrical. Like he's very lyrical. So I think he actually would stand a chance of. I mean, I think in the long run, obviously. But I mean, he would hold his own. I think for a couple rounds, I guess, with Eminem. If it goes that route, who knows? Maybe Eminem just like said it, and Token can respond, and Eminem just like, meh, you're not big enough yet for me to give a fuck about. So
get popular.
We'll see. Get
at least 2 cars. We'll talk. No, oh, by the way, the person that you heard in the background, that was my buddy Mike. He's actually going to be on and off during the podcast, so you might hear him again unless he falls asleep again. So we'll figure that out. No, but one of the things that I was looking through Snapchat, and they were talking about Tekashi 69, like the court case he had with that 16-year-old girl that he fucked or something like that. Is he gonna go to jail or?
He'll get some sort of time. Who knows?
Yeah, the Gintech obviously with his comments on Google, he said poor girl, and I agree. Yeah. Fucking a rotten Skittle must suck. Yeah, the smell can't be too good. Did you just say taste the rainbow? Oh my god. I fucking can't stand you. Bro.
Share the rainbow. Spread the rainbow.
I legit thought that Gintech was going to write the Nuka instead of the Nuke. I legit thought he was going to do that. That was great. Oh, man.
What the fuck is that? Oh, look, are those his birth control? I think those were 6ix9ine's birth control.
6ix9ine's birth control. That's fucked up. She's like, are you wrapped up? Yep. What's a Skittle?
Skittles flavored condom.
Skittles fucking condom. Oh my god.
It's got the Skittles in there for like the ribbed condoms. For him and her.
What was that, Mike?
I said it's funny because they roast him in prison. All the prison mates are making fun of him because he has a pretty face. And they all want to
He has a pretty face.
They want to make him his bitch.
Christ.
Tekashi 69?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
They all want to do that.
Hey, you got a pretty boy, Skittle.
You got
a pretty mouth.
mouth.
Pretty mouth. I said pretty boy. I don't know why. Dude, these fucking Just Do It memes after Colin Kaepernick became the spokesperson, they're fucking hilarious. Full support on Colin Kaepernick, by the way. I love the fact that he did what he did. But, man, they're fucking hilarious. It's so funny. I like the one with the little kid, the meme, the one that the kid stutters all the time. That one's fucking hilarious.
Which one?
You didn't see the one? Oh, Mike, did you see that meme where the kid stutters? The one that's like, "Well, do you know when you know?"
Yeah, that one. Yeah, okay.
Fucking Michael Jordan, fuck them kids. That's fucking hilarious.
Hey.
Wait, go to the Mike Tyson one. Right here, down. No, go up a little bit more.
This is great for our viewers at home, by the way.
I know, right? Go up real quick. Gintech. No, go up.
Do you not know what Mike Tyson looks like?
Jesus. Click that one again. The one with the one next to Stormtrooper. No, not that one.
The Mike Tyson one's pretty
The one that says believe in
something.
Believe in nothing.
Even if it costs you everything, just do it.
Yeah, that one was fucking hilarious. That was the one I'm trying to get to Gintech to see because it's fucking hilarious. There we go. We're gonna find it right now. It's right there. This is fucking lisp, dude. He's so hilarious with his lisp. I think it's fucking.
Mike Tyson's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. Is it really him playing it in the Mike Tyson Adventures? Really? Doesn't he feel like embarrassed about that shit?
Dude, you literally can't embarrass Mike Tyson. I don't think he makes fun of himself too much.
He does. He really does. No, anyway, another topic that I wanted to kind of touch over since kind of went over the rappers thing. It's a case that I've actually been following very closely, or a story rather that I've been following very closely. It's my old friend, and I say friend very loosely now because I don't want to be really associated with that, but whatever. Brittney Zamora. She was a teacher out of Goodyear, and she allegedly had sex with a 13-year-old. The 13-year-old was a 6th grader apparently, but he had that. Hang on, what's up? Oh my God! Stop making jokes of women getting stoned. That's so bad. Anyway, back to Brittney Zamora. She was accused of having sex with a 13-year-old boy from her 6th grade class because she's a 6th grade teacher. So it's definitely a story that I've been following, and now they're trying to sue for $2.5 million.
The family of the victim?
The family of the victim are suing Brittney and the actual school. They're suing the school. And the reason they said that they were suing the school is because I guess there was alleged rumors that could have actually, I guess, been diverted from what the parents say.
Her eyebrows are on fleek, though.
They are. We're looking up the actual articles, and she's still as good looking as I remember when we were in school together. Damn. What a shame. What a shame.
Don't say it. I know you're about to say it.
What was I going to say?
You're about to say lucky kid, motherfucker.
No, I wasn't going to say that at all.
I saw that.
No, I wasn't going to say that at all. Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Okay.
Not even a little bit. But, man, she's fine. Anyway, the point is... Sorry. No, the point is that I guess the week before she got arrested, one of the parents had found out that the kid was actually with her through various text messages because they have like this parental app thingy, and they were able to pinpoint specific phrases, specific words, and they found out. I guess the week before that she actually got arrested, her husband and her went to the victim's house and kind of pleaded for her to not be reported and not be taken to jail.
Wow, her and her husband?
Yeah.
Did that? Wow.
Like,
so
I guess.
Is he still well, I mean, obviously he knows it's not a lie then if he went to the house of them to tell him not to do it. So he knows she did it. He knows that, she did it. He just is still standing by her side through all this?
You know what? I guess so, because he's still trying to get the bail money for her.
Wow.
I can't remember how much the bail is. It's like $250,000, something like that. I guess.
I don't honestly feel like if I was in that situation, I couldn't stand by. I don't think.
I think I'd be embarrassed. It's like you got outbeat by a 13-year-old. Like, really? For real?
Yeah. And just because of the fact that, he was so young, 13. Jesus Christ.
I mean, this guy had to be built like fucking Troy. Like one of the characters from fucking Troy. My bad, not Troy. Troy's not a person. It's a place.
I'm saying it's not only that you got cheated on, by your wife. She also committed a crime by sleeping with a minor.
Yeah, no, complete crime.
Super minor. Like, this kid is barely a teenager.
For real. And it's funny because me and Gintech were actually having a conversation about this. From what I was reading, and obviously it's all speculation because she hasn't been sentenced or anything like that. We were talking about it, and it actually looks like she's going to end up getting, or she could be looking at anywhere between, 3 to 5 years in prison is what the latest one said. And Jintek brought
That's
up
it?
actually, yeah, that's exactly his point.
What if
It's
it was
like,
a guy teacher fucking
Exactly.
a 13-year-old? He'd probably be hung
dude, yeah.
by a noose.
Okay, cool. Thank you for clearing that up. But no, Tyler brought up. Tyler Jintek brought up a good point. He actually said that if it was a guy, it would have been like, dude, you're going to
Oh,
jail
yeah.
for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah.
It's over. And she only has what, maybe 3 to 5 years, from what I'm reading, from what I read. That's kind of ridiculous. The only thing I don't agree about is that the kid is, or the family is suing for like the trauma, the psychological trauma. I mean, I guess again, from also what I've read, he's been cleared by numerous professionals that there's really no damage that he sustained,
Like mental, emotional
like
damage.
mental or emotional or anything like that. There's none that he really sustained. So I think that's kind of like fucked up. They probably shouldn't sue for that. But I really don't like the fact that they're suing the school. It's like, how is the principal supposed to act on just rumors? I mean, I could see an investigation being put up, but you can't take a lot of those rumors seriously. I mean, kids are assholes nowadays. Sometimes they make up shit. Sometimes they randomly do. I know that there was a few girls back in my school who made up a lot of shit about my music teacher.
Heritage. You're talking about Heritage,
Yeah,
right?
Heritage,
I was there, yeah. And you got fired for it.
And then when she turned 18, she admitted that she lied.
Mm-hmm.
It's like... And that ruined his
What
career.
was his name?
Oh,
Remember? The music teacher.
I only remember his last name. It was Greenberg.
Greenberg,
Yeah, because it was Mr. Greenberg, but I never knew his first name.
Yeah.
But he was such a cool dude.
No,
He was actually a cool dude.
I kind of thought he was gay.
That's
But
what I thought too. I got the gay.
That's why I was
vibe
really
from it.
surprised when they're like, "Oh yeah, he was like looking down her shirt and he was doing this and doing that and touching her and all this stuff." And I was like, "Holy shit, what the hell?" And then when you told me not too long ago that she actually admitted to it being a lie, I was like, "Fuck, man!" Just could have potentially. I mean, obviously affected his career, but it could have really ruined his and ended his career.
Yeah.
By saying those things if they're not true, you know.
I don't know if he faced any jail time for it. I hope not. That fucking sucks. But yeah, it just proves the point that there's a lot of people that say fucked up shit for no reason. So I understand, I guess, the principal's remark for the school that's being sued, that I guess Brittney Zamora used to work at, that there wasn't really much he could do. Like, what did he do in that situation? Just believe him? Because there was a rumor that she was pregnant with the kid's son and everything like that. Or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess it would all depend on the circumstances of what all happened and how much the school actually knew. Like, unless if they just covered up for it, then yeah, they should face something. But if that's not what they were doing, then I mean, I don't know how much responsibility they could take if one of their teachers does something like that without them knowing. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
And I guess another part of the story is that she ended up involving another kid into the situation to kind of be like their lookout or like a witness, like to like make sure that nobody was coming in on them and stuff. And I guess in repayment,
wait, hold up.
Yeah,
they
you
were
heard me right.
fucking at the school.
Yeah, at the school, at her
Jesus
house, in her
Christ.
car.
The balls on these people.
I know, for real, right? But no, I guess they brought another kid into it to kind of be like the lookout and stuff like that. And as payment, like she would send him like naked pictures too and stuff like that. It's crazy, huh?
Jeez. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like this isn't just like I made a mistake. Like she put time and thought into this. If she's doing all that shit of hiring a fucking scout and paying him with nude pictures, like this is not just right. He's so kind to me and attentive to me, and we just connected, and like she was doing.
She was being a predator at that point in time.
That's some bad shit right there.
I mean, I think she should face as much time as a guy should. If it was a guy, it would be 20 plus years.
That's what I'm saying. Like if the roles were reversed, excuse me, I have trouble with my R sometimes. If they were reversed, yeah, no. Not only one would he'd be front page news probably across the country.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I didn't really hear. I mean, you hear about these cases all the time when it's a female teacher and it's most people are like, nice, way to go, kid. Like, she's hot. Like, and that's kind of unfortunate. It's like the culture we live in. But if it was reversed, oh my God, he would be a pariah. Like everybody would go after him. There'd be, there'd be death threats. There'd be like all kinds of shit if it was the other way around. But
and I'm going back to a comment that I made before about the fact that they're suing her, that the fact that they were suing her, and that some professionals found out that there was no psychological damage or whatever. And that's not to say that any person or any guy that gets abused doesn't have psychological damage.
Right.
There are those people who do. There are those people who suffer.
That's that age range, in high school and in your teens and all that stuff. Like that's probably when you're the most like, maybe not the most like when you're younger maybe, but like that's one of the most influential parts of your being growing up. Learning how to do things, learning about sex, learning about relationships, learning about all these things that you had no idea about. And
I would even say vulnerable.
Yeah, very vulnerable. Being exposed to that kind of stuff, being exposed to having a sexual relationship with your teacher, somebody you're supposed to look up to as like a parental figure to educate you, to guide you the right path, and to have that person, prey on you and your innocence and your whatever, and putting them, basically forcing this kid to kind of grow up a lot
before
sooner.
his time.
You know what I mean? Like 13 is young to have sex.
Right.
Even if he's like having sex with another 13-year-old, like that's pretty early.
Yeah, that's still pretty early. Yeah, way early.
You know what I mean? Like most people, 15 is still kind of on the young side, I think. But like 15, 16, I think a lot of people probably have lost their virginity around that age. I know I did. But like 13, I don't know. That's a little too young.
Yeah, I mean, I was a bit of an early bloomer. I mean, I lost mine around 14. I was almost turning 15 at that point in time. But you said like 16 was for you, or like 15, 16?
15, 16.
Yeah. See, like mine, I thought was abnormal. Even at that time, I didn't feel like it was all the way right. You know what I mean?
Well, I think most guys, maybe most guys and girls, it's have sex for the first time is just like a weird thing. You know what I mean? Like you're at such an awkward age. Like your body's changing, your voice is changing. Like and you're like, oh my God, I'm actually finally doing this after masturbating for fucking 4 years to porn. This is the real thing. Like, oh my God, you get nervous and anxious and all this shit. And nobody's ever masturbated. I guess
some of us still do that, right, Gintech? Isn't that right? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's that kid. I don't know if you've seen it, but that kid stuttering is when you put it and if anybody knows what that meme is, like that's literally how I was. Like the first time I had sex, I'm just like, what do I do? What do I do with my hands?
Like at Talladega Nights, I don't know what to do with my hands right now. I mean, it's true. It's super awkward. I mean, I could.
Maybe not for everybody. Some people are just like, I don't give a fuck.
Nobody's a natural born killer like Mike. Nobody's like that. They just, I'm not like that at all. I'm awkward. I get into weird positions like the bionic seahorse and shit. Yeah, no, seriously.
Still? Yeah.
That's it. Currently. Like the bionic seahorse and like.
The bionic seahorse. Look that up.
Dude, no, don't look it up. It's terrible. Don't do that. It involves 2 nipple clamps and let's not go there.
Yikes.
Anyway,
maybe we don't want to go down that route.
We don't want to go down that route. Mine are still tender. Anyway, the point is, back to this conversation. I don't think they should be suing her, but I definitely think that even though certain professionals cleared the kid, I think there should still be more investigation on.
Yeah, because you don't know if these things could be deep down inside, things that he's repressed and like. You know what I mean? You don't know how somebody would deal with that kind of, I guess trauma. Kind of. It really is like psychological, mental, emotional trauma. So I mean, you never know how those things are going to react to somebody. Maybe he's not showing any signs now, but it could come out.
But in a few years, he's going to get fucked up.
Future relationship, in a future, if he has another teacher, and whether he's thinking, can I trust this person, or he's thinking maybe I should try to hit on her because he just, it could mess up his whole mental.
To where he sees something like chemistry. This as normal when it is not.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which is bad.
Unfortunately, it's not too far out of the imagination that we might think that this kid might end up doing something similar as he gets older because of the fact that it was done to him when he was a kid.
Hopefully not. But
hopefully
again,
not, yeah.
it's just like a vicious cycle. People growing up a certain way tend to like keep the cycle and all that shit.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that's not what happens here. That's just a sad story all around.
Really. Right. I was trying to, and this is like kind of low key, but I guess people are gonna find out about it anyway. I was trying to get the husband to come on the podcast and talk about the situation with Brittney Zamora.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm guessing he wasn't available
he was
for
not.
comment.
He was not.
Yeah, I don't think I would be either.
Yeah.
Shit.
Especially with my humor, I probably would have jabbed at him about the 13.
Everything we've just said. I'm sure he probably wouldn't be a big fan of.
Me?
I'm just saying everything we've been saying about this
problem.
case about his wife. I don't think he'd probably be a fan of that.
I guess allegedly, well, she pleaded not guilty. I don't know how you can plead not guilty after. It's like, bro, we have you right here. Like,
no,
it's close. But I guess what some of the not some of her family members, but I guess some of her friends were saying that maybe like the texts were doctored. Is that even the real word?
Yeah,
doctored. Doctored.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then like the photos were faked or like the photos were hacked and shit like that. That stuff like that never really happened. And Jintech brought up a good point when we spoke about it last time. That I feel like that's a little he said he felt like that was a little much. Is that what you said, right? Yeah. That it was a little much and a little stretch of the imagination, and I kind of agree with him. It's like
to think that it's all staged against her.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's that slim possibility, but I don't think so. I think
anything could be. I mean, we don't know the truth, but it's probably more likely.
Well, here's Jintech to grace us with his presence.
All I meant by that is that just in a case like this, it seems that's too far to go to get someone in trouble. You could go to a way lesser degree and get them into the same amount of trouble.
Right, and I agree.
That's way overboard. All the kid would have to really do is hey, she touched me, and how everything is now, she's kind of screwed. I mean, it's different for if she was a guy. If it was a guy, gone. Even if you didn't do anything, you're gone.
Yeah, if you didn't. Yeah, exactly.
To go that far, it seems like.
And they're 13.
Well, think because what I pulled up here is that how they found it was the text messages and things like that. The amount of work you would have to do this, it seems it's overboard. It's not needed. Like, if you wanted to hurt someone, you could just go to the principal.
Right.
If you don't want it, 13-year-old, I don't, maybe she's a shitty teacher. I just don't want her here. You don't do that. That's
right. That's
not
fucked
needed.
up. That's over.
That's beyond what a 13-year-old would think that's needed if you wanted to ruin someone's life.
So, in regards to your expertise, Jintech, how likely would it be that a 13-year-old could doctor texts and do all that stuff?
It's doable, but it would take time, and based on the age, usually with that kind of stuff, think about it. You have other responsibilities, so you can't devote yourself to this, right? Without someone figuring out what the hell you're doing. Right. So it already takes a little bit of time would take a little bit of time to even do this, and then multiply it the younger the person is.
Right.
When would he have a time for this?
Good point.
He's going to go to the library and do this? No, it's going to take hours. You can't just do this. He'd have to copy her cell phone number. How would he get it?
Right.
Plus, another thing I think is if
sorry, we can't hear you, Dan. What?
Another thing is if the one kid, the victim in this case, if he wanted to do this, why would he include one of his dumbass friends to be in on it? Because he would know that at least one other person knows that he's lying about it, and he wouldn't want to risk that. He would have just done it by himself if it was all fake. You know what I mean? Because
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that some of her friends, that's what they were saying.
Right. Well, because I mean, again, they probably just don't want to admit or
Right.
admit to themselves really that a person they knew or as a friend of theirs or a family member of theirs did something like that. So they're coming up with explanations that fit their agenda, what they want to believe in,
Absolutely.
their side of the truth.
Because I mean, I do gotta say,
that they can live with.
Yeah.
right. And for the people who might have not heard it, Gentech said that anything that they can live with, and basically, I guess stomach is what you're pretty much saying.
Another thing too is like when it's a lot of I forget what the phrase is exactly, but it's similar to like which scenario, whatever scenario is more feasible, whatever one is the simplest one, that's usually the right way. Like what's more feasible, that she actually did this, or that these two kids for no unprovoked reason decided to make all this up and do that? Which one seems more likely?
It's like never attribute to malice what can be easily explained by ignorance.
Right.
Wow, there you go.
And for people who didn't hear him, he said, "Never attribute." Wait, what was that? I'm sorry.
Never attribute to malice what. I said never attribute to malice what can be easily explained as ignorance.
There you go.
Very nicely.
Wise words from the Gentech. Preach it. Anyway.
That's true though.
So then I wonder why she would plead not guilty. It's like at that point you're caught, you're fucked. Just plead guilty and get the fuck out of there. Be like, all right, just my bad. I mean, not that it's
That's a lot easier said than done, though.
Especially when it
Good
comes to like sexual crimes. I mean, I think to yourself you don't want to admit that you did what you
And there's
did.
no future once. I mean, obviously, even if she says not guilty and they find out she's guilty, it doesn't matter. But once she admits it, it's like literally it's fact now. If you admit to something,
Right.
and once she gets out, nobody's gonna hire her. Everybody's gonna know it. Everybody's gonna see it on her record. Everybody's gonna know who she is. Nobody's gonna hire.
even if it was
a
fake,
sex
even if it
offender like
was
that.
fake, and she doesn't get any time or anything like that, and they found out the kid was lying, whatever. Not saying that they are, but let's say that was the case. She's still not going to get hired anywhere. She was involved in the scandal. They're not going to.
Well, I mean, if there was enough evidence that came out saying that it was all fake, I mean, I'm sure she would. But it wouldn't
doubt
be.
it.
She probably wouldn't be working in a school anymore. She'd be
Yeah.
she'd be bagging groceries, or she'd be doing something, a little less.
I think it's different when even like again with men and women. I don't think. Let's say this is all fake. Let's say none of this happened, right?
Right.
I don't think this would follow her as long as it would a guy.
No, because then she would be the victim in this case.
Right. Exactly.
No. I'm saying what I mean is if the guy's the victim too, it would still follow him.
Yeah.
Right. No.
It's going
yeah,
to.
Yeah.
It would follow him forever, though. I don't think. Let's hypothetical that she didn't do anything. I don't think it would follow her forever. In a
No.
couple of years,
She'll be able to
if
get
I
a
mean, it would
job.
always be there, but people would probably put it out of
but if
mind,
you're-
out of sight.
If you're a guy,
It's over.
Right.
It's over no matter what you do.
You're not dealing with not only children. You're not dealing with anybody.
Well,
You don't teach no one.
Well, going back to what you guys were saying about like her family and friends, about it being like a easier truth to accept that something completely far fetched would have happened rather than her actually doing that. It goes back because, like I told you, I was close friends with her when we were in school. I was very close friends with her. I knew her boyfriend. I used to hang out with her at lunch. We had a few classes together. I mean, she was always nice. She was always nice to me. We would always talk, hang out. Her boyfriend at the time was also 13, so maybe that should have been a red flag. Anyway, she was 16.
Yikes. Well, okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
not.
That's not bad.
That's
but,
like sophomore or like a junior dating a freshman.
yeah. Actually, I think that was how it was. Anyway, the point is, she was really nice, and a few of the friends we had mutually, I was talking to them on Facebook before the podcast and everything like that, and when they had found out, they were completely taken by surprise. They didn't really know how to react because she was such a sweet girl, and very, very smart, and she had a lot going for her,
Yeah, sure.
and she had a seemingly perfect marriage.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden we find this out, and we're just like, fuck, what really was going on?
Yeah, everybody, any background from everybody has issues that you just can't see. Some of them are mental health, some of them are whatever, some of them are devious and things like that. Like like when a person goes on a killing spree, all you ever hear, oh, I had no idea he was such a, that's what everybody says because they're wearing a mask or they're faking it or they're like suppressing that inner whatever it is, whether it's being like a murderer or whatever it is, like they're suppressing it for so long, and then once they finally let it out, it's like holy shit, no idea.
Yeah, nobody realized that it was going to happen. But yeah, no, a lot of people were taken back from this that I knew. A lot of old musicians that we all interacted with that are fairly successful now were surprised when they heard about the story. I remember like I hadn't talked to one of my friends Bizarre in like fucking 5 years, 6 years, and as soon as this came out, boom, we were chatting for like hours about it. Like, what the fuck? Can you believe that shit happened? Oh my god, do you think it's real?
It'd be
like,
crazy, yeah, to know somebody going through one of these scandals. Like, that'd be crazy. Somebody that you knew back then, just to think like, holy shit, they did that. Like that's just it's tough.
Yeah, no, it's really bad. It's crazy. Wait, what happened, Mike? What happened? We can't hear you.
So no, in regards with the Brittney thing, I was looking into it more about the whole texting situation between the two.
Yeah, what about it?
Between the two.
What about it?
Because I was just looking into it because I was more curious to figure out what's going on because of the 13-year boy's point of view. Seeing what, because they're always talking about her text messages, how she was saying she wants no time limit when she's with him and things like that. Yes,
stuff, yeah.
And they've had sex 3 times. Another student popped up and basically said that he saw them doing it.
Right.
And then supposedly there's other students that received nude photos from her. Well, it all started
More than that one?
Yeah.
I only heard about that one.
Mhm.
Dang. Okay.
So then
That's terrible.
they also were talking about the fact that it all started because she was supposedly flirting with the 13-year-old boy on like a classroom group chat, and then it escalated from there.
Yeah, I saw that they were on a group chat. Like, because now a lot of the classrooms and stuff are like more like online interface and stuff like that. So you go in and like chat like on I don't know Blackboard or like some stupid bullshit where you can leave comments and ask the teacher or ask your peers, hey, I'm having problems with question number 13, but everyone's there. So
I'm having problems with question 13. Show me your tits.
Yeah. The thing is, though, like further investigation, it showed that he was messaging her back, basically saying like, "I want to have sex with you again."
Oh.
So he wants it.
Yeah.
But the fact that the parents, yes, that I'm not saying that should be waived. But what I'm saying is that the fact that the kid also wanted it.
Right.
Right.
So you agree with me that she shouldn't be sued for $2.5 million?
No, she shouldn't be sued.
Yeah.
Your son or daughter wanted to do this with her. You're upset because you put an app to investigate into your son's phone because you don't trust him. Good move. Now you found all those things, and then the husband of Zamora was begging the parents of that child to like, can we settle this without the police?
Yeah,
He didn't want. Obviously, he doesn't want his daughter, his fucking wife to go to jail.
Hey, we don't know at this point, bro.
Hey, I know, Arizona. And then, the thing is, he also even threatened the father, which was a bad move. He's like, let's just settle this, because of the weird love triangle and crap. And the father of the child just hung up. Smart move besides retaliating or saying anything bad, because that's just going to help them out during court when they listen to those calls. But the father, kind of knew about it, didn't just pop up during the news. Like, he was probably aware beforehand. He's probably seen her phone and saw those messages coming back to her because that kid was also responding. That kid shouldn't just be, let's just take him to therapy and stuff. I feel like he needs to be investigated too. Like, that kid deserves something too.
No, he's being taken advantage of totally.
You think so?
I don't think he should.
He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know that it's wrong necessarily.
And I'm in the middle. of that. I don't think she should be sued.
I knew a girl has a vagina. I knew what sex was about, and I was interested.
Okay, well, not everybody can be fucking Spartacus, bro.
Not a lot of kids at that age. A lot of the kids at that age though aren't like presented with having sex with a mature woman.
Yeah,
and most of us would have taken it, not knowing what we're doing.
Yeah,
of course.
I don't think the kid should be involved for that.
No, what
Who knows if he didn't know up until his parents were like, "Hey, this is wrong." Where he was like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah,
You don't.
but that's the
you
thing.
don't
It's
know.
like
That's
I don't think she should be sued. I don't think she should be sued for that. But I do believe that he was still a victim. There was still a point of
But
victimization.
yeah, by no means am I saying he's not a victim at all. What I'm
Right.
saying is that the suing part, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I truly
I
don't
agree.
think that
I
she needs to be sued for it.
I
And
could see the suing. Honestly, if he was having genuine mental
'Cause this
issues
could really
and
mess him
stuff
up.
like really,
if he was
messing up,
having
Right.
if he was having it, and they were like, "Hey, he's really screwed up. You're paying for the therapy
Yeah,
for the
as
rest
the
of his,
parent,
his,
as a parent, if
his
that
life.
happens to your
You're
kid,
paying for it. You did
Right.
this. Like I could see that.
trust
But
me, it's happened close to home for me
but-
with my
but
little brother. I've
if-
seen it all happen.
It's not there, then no.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I was saying. Like a few professionals have
Or if you're
cleared
gonna
him out.
sue, the parents can't touch the money.
right. It's only his.
That's the big thing. That's the issue I have because parents will use their kids. They
Like
use their kids so they
crazy.
get their money. Oh, you need to pay us $2 million. Okay, now where's the $2 million that's actually helping the kid? Those $2 million went to get them a new car, a new house, and they're saying, oh, it's just for the shelter for the child. The shelter that the child was in was perfectly fine before. But now the kid doesn't have any funds for college. Now the kid doesn't have anything for him.
Right.
or
And I
therapy.
agree with that. I think they should definitely investigate the parents. I think they should investigate the kid himself.
Not truly investigate the parents. I feel like just monitoring them afterwards. Just go like, okay, hey,
Just
make
make
sure,
sure they're not doing anything.
make sure you're using this money for your
Correctly.
child, not
Yeah.
for you, because
Or put
money
it-
can corrupt
Or
anyone.
put it in an account that he can't touch until he's of age.
Exactly.
He
Yeah.
can't touch it until he goes to college. Then it'll be released.
The
And
only
you
time it's
motherfuckers
touched-
can't touch
And
it
then
either.
After that, he can do what he
Yeah.
Right.
wants with it.
Exactly.
But they can't do shit.
Yeah.
That's not.
Only time it should be touched is there's any medicine that needs to be paid for his medicine, for any sort of trauma, and then all the therapy sessions that he has to do. Otherwise than that, keep it in
College.
for college and everything else, so that way he's safe and he's secure for his future.
Not
Because
that
I bet you-
I don't give it.
They didn't
Right.
go through any of the trauma.
Oh, we're traumatized for him.
Get the fuck out
So
of
we
here.
got, I mean, you're gonna feel bad
That's
for
what
your
they're-
kids.
Because
Yeah.
see,
It's gonna
I'll
have
bet
an
you
effect
anything.
on the parents, but they're not directly.
2.5 million.
No.
That's not. There's got to be some debt there. There's got to be some debt there. I think there is. I think it's gonna. I think it's supposed to be.
What family isn't in debt though? I mean,
Right.
Honestly.
But the fact that they're
Yeah.
suing 2.5 million to Zamora and then 2.5 million for the school, that's overkill, bro.
The school,
No,
I
see,
feel.
I
I
can
don't
see
know.
even then. I could see an argument for the 2.5 million if they're like, hey, he had scholarships, he had all this stuff. This is going to ruin that.
The kid was in sixth grade.
But like it'd be more if he was older. Like
Right.
he had scholarships, he had all this stuff. This has ruined that. This is the amount of scholarship. Like this is what they were worth. We want that because he had
Right.
it until you screwed with it.
You see, in,
Absolutely.
in regards to that
Like-
topic, that fits for like a lot of the football players or sport kids. There's a lot of men that have been sent to jail wrongly because of a girl decided that they were dating, got upset, they broke up and complained about and said rape. But then later on, years later, confessed
They're like, oh
and
no.
they got a smack on the wrist. While the guy just lost years of life and lost all his scholarships and everything.
See, it almost
They're
seems
like,
like.
oh, sorry.
All of that.
See, it
Yeah,
almost seems
it's so
like in that regards, like you have to have a fucking attorney when you ask a girl out. It's like, hey, this is what we're gonna do, okay?
Yeah, this
You
is how it
look
is.
young. Let me see your ID. Okay.
Yeah.
Nope. I still don't trust that. You can't even trust that anymore.
Yeah, you can.
Like it's
You can't.
ridiculous, and because of the fact that they'll just smack a girl's hand about it, but then throw the guy in jail, even though he was truly not doing anything wrong.
Right.
Once they find out later, but they don't pay for all the things that he just went through.
Right. You just ruined his fucking life.
Yeah, exactly. You put him on a list, you toss him in jail while you didn't really investigate fully, and now the girl. I feel like if you're falsifying rape, that should be a huge offense.
Yeah,
you should
you
get
should.
whatever time the person you're accused
know-
of.
you know how
for
it's
sure.
seen? Oh, hey, yeah, we understand that you were in a false rape allegation. You know, you should be lucky that you got out at all. That's how they see it now. It's like, what? No.
Yeah.
Where's my?
The person's
What-
lucky he's alive.
That to me-
'cause in jail, you come into jail saying that, and they get told that, hey, you raped someone,
It's over.
It's
You're dead.
over.
Especially a minor.
You're
yes,
dead, dude.
they come after you.
People in
If
prison.
you're a guy,
people
if
will
you're a
handle
guy,
it.
Yeah. You can be a murderer and have a higher success rate of living
Right.
compared to a rapist.
Absolutely.
Especially if it's false.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
the Larry Nasser guy is the Olympic doctor, Olympic gymnastic doctor, who got accused and convicted of like sexual misconduct to the gymnast. He just got beat up recently in prison for it.
What?
He got fucked up.
Fuck.
They don't fuck with that shit.
No, they
They're
don't.
Like, look, you want to sell drugs, you kill people, like they all that's the lifestyle that they live in. They're like, there's no excuse to, you know,
To do that to
a
someone.
minor.
Right.
They take that shit into their own hands.
And I understand that. You know, I can understand the anger. What my fear is for the men that are out there in jail right now that truly didn't, and yet the girl walks away free because they think emotionally and literally just ruined the guy's life. A girl is not afraid to simply say, you know what, we just broke up, but besides being civil, I'm gonna use my emotions besides my mind, and now I'm causing you this hardship.
There's no repercussions for this.
There's never a repercussion for them.
If that was the case, to send a message to all those people who actually falsify rape, fucking put them in jail for 5 years.
Some states are actually starting to do that.
Yeah. Put them in jail for fucking 5 years. I will bet you that is the last time that they ever fucking tell a lie in their whole fucking
Well, yes,
life.
once they see
They'll be like,
there's
oh, fuck.
repercussions for this,
Right.
yeah.
Because the main thing is like it's not only harming. Like it happens a lot of time in like the NFL and in sports in general, where an athlete will be fucking with some chick and then they break up, or I mean, they were never really together. He's just fucking her, and then all of a sudden she fucking he beat me or he did this or he did that. Suspended automatically with no investigation. Comes out she was lying. Oh well.
You saw that shit with Kobe.
Yeah, and Ezekiel Elliott more recently, she came out and said that it was all fake, and
Right.
she was laughing to her friends about it. And, I'm gonna ruin his career, and they're just doing these vindictive things. And if the thing is, like, they're not only ruining that athlete or that person's life by doing these things, they're making it harder for people, for other women, for other even men, other victims of actual abuse, whether it's domestic abuse, sexual assault. They're making it harder for them to come out because they're like, if I come out, everybody's just gonna automatically assume that I'm lying and it's fake. You know, it's like it's crying wolf. And now the next time you hear somebody do it, even if they're telling the truth, you're gonna be in the back of your mind, you're like, maybe she's lying.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
And that's just
you too.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And that's just the bad part of it, the worst part of it.
And that's what happens with the outrage culture. It's basically just people crying wolf. It's
not to bring. I feel bad about bringing it up, but it's the Me Too shit. It's
Yeah.
He did this 15 years ago. Oh, but you were completely okay with him giving you movies, giving you all this shit.
No.
Like
some of them though I could see
all.
that. Yeah.
I'm saying this happened 15 years ago. You didn't say anything.
Because
But
they
now that
knew.
your career is waning, all of a sudden,
Certain
because-
situations, I understand where he's coming from,
But I
most of the
understand where
time,
Dan's coming from, too,
exactly,
like,
I'm that in
people
between.
are afraid.
They're afraid to say any of these things
No,
because
no,
they
and-
know
and-
the reaction they're going to get. First of all, two,
but
they're
when
afraid of the
there's-
person themselves because they have more money than them. They're more successful. They can just bury them in court. They can do all these things. They're afraid to come out because one, they think they're not going to be taken seriously. Two, people are going to think they're lying.
But-
Three, they could set themselves up for now everybody's going to know. Everybody's going to look at you and think, you're just the chick that Bill Cosby raped. Like that's going to stick with them now forever.
Mhm.
And
Like
they've
Bill
been through
Cosby.
so much trauma.
but anyone now, because of the hysteria, could come in and say, "Oh, yeah, he did it to me too," and
Yeah, like people
there's no. I think I'm in there like, hey, if this happens, I understand that stuff could happen. That's terrible, being buried and things like that. But if this happens to you, I think you have a right or an obligation to tell the truth, not only for yourself but for other victims too.
Well,
you
yeah,
could
right,
potentially
yeah.
save other people.
Right,
People are using the Me Too and they're lying about it. Like obviously, those people.
Like the
They're not doing it.
chick who
The one that started
Anthony
it.
Bourdain was with.
Mhm.
I'm like,
And then she started.
Did you hear
they
about
found
her stuff?
Yeah, they found out that she was lying about it.
Yeah.
and then she did it to the kid was like 16.
17.
17.
Yeah, he was 17 years old, and it was
Again, it's not. It shouldn't take away from everybody else.
Right.
No,
Like,
and it's
she's just a bad person.
right.
and
Exactly.
She
Or
let
just as
herself
guilty.
become the face of it because she thought it was going to help her.
But right now,
But
it's
there's
even
a
getting to
lot
the
of
point.
victims who are like, hey, I want justice too, and nobody gives a shit about it.
There was a show a while back ago that kind of reflects how it is right now, where a girl drops her wallet, and the guy comes up to her and grabs it and says, "Hey, you dropped your fucking wallet. Here you go." And the girl's like, I have a fucking boyfriend," and he's like, "What the fuck?" And it's sad because that's how the world is right now. Like, it really is like that. You can't hold a door open for a girl because all of a sudden you're hitting on them, and all of a sudden it's like sexual harassment.
I don't think it's
I-
that.
I-
I don't think it's
I
that
think-
far.
yeah.
I kind of see what you're saying, but at the same time, is that their fault or is that our fault? Not our fault, but the fault of the men before us who have fucked all this shit up. Whose
But-
fault is it really?
Why are you going to be crucified for something that someone else did?
I'm not saying we're being crucified for what I'm saying, but
It's-
if we're the ones
But
that
did
are
they
causing
mess
all
up,
this.
though? That's where you start getting into the weird lines, where it's like, you want the chivalry to a point, and then when it's inconvenient for you, now you don't want it anymore. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Like-
the difference is between chivalry and being like a creep.
Oh, definitely.
I think that's
How would that be a
That's-
creep? It's someone holding a door open for you.
But but nobody's getting sued for sexual harassment for opening a door.
Yet.
Yeah, seriously.
The
someone-
That'll be the day. I mean, if that
The
happens.
problem is, it's that's when we get into the whole social justice thing. That's when we get to where our lines are, like where talking to a female, talking to another guy, like I would genuinely want to know. I would want to talk to someone who's gay, who's bi. How does this work out for you? Like, do you have to deal with the same things a straight person does with this Me Too stuff? Do you have to deal with this? Like how I would
Sorry,
want to know
technical
how
difficulties.
the whole Kevin Spacey thing has affected them in their community. Like,
Right.
did it change for them like it changed
Right.
for us? Like,
Yeah, because he was going under the. He
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, I'm a gay male," and he was trying to excuse like pedophilia by combining it with being homosexual, and it's like, no, those are two completely different things. Like, being gay doesn't mean you're attracted to children of the same gender. Like, just
That's
as being
Exactly.
just as being straight doesn't mean you're attracted to underage girls.
Right.
Some are, and
Yeah.
it's wrong, but like, it's just putting an ugly smear
that's where we get to
gay
the
community.
lines. Like what is? At what point are you just whining? Like, I see it like this. Like, I know I've spoken to Sean before. It's called the Mouse Utopia. Look it up. It's where they provided the food and shelter and water and all the necessities for these mice and saw how they grew. Most of the time they weren't reproducing. They were very territorial. They would fight over nothing. And maybe we've gotten to that point in our own society. Like we became so comfortable with not only where we're at, all our needs are met.
Just the immediate accessibility of anything. Food. You
Yeah.
could have a
And to
TV
where
delivered to your door
where
in the day.
we evolved on a lot less to where that was the 99% of our day to get the bare necessities that most days you didn't get it. Now we have excess. Look at America. Well, the number one medical problem is obesity.
Right.
We're eating too much. We have
Yeah.
too much of a problem.
Exactly.
It's not. We're not starving. We're
Most of us aren't starving, but there are
Right.
still starving people in America,
And
which just
that's
goes
what-
back. Yeah, exactly.
And I think a lot of you go into any groups, any of these social justice things, and that even that word has a lot in it now, to where it's like, oh, you don't believe in social justice, you don't believe in helping people. I'm like, no, that's not it at all. There's lines where it's like, hey, all right, well, gender, it's male and female, deal with it. That's how I see it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, I identify as this. I'm like, okay, cool, that's great. I'm happy for you. But that doesn't change the reality. And that's where we get to certain things like that, to where at what point have we got too comfortable? At what point have we got too cozy? And when you get like that, I would say when you get that far, we're grown. Rome wasn't destroyed from the outside; it corroded from the inside. And how far are we going to let it go? And is it inevitable? I think it's inevitable.
But do you think the crumbling of America would be due to the oversensitivity, the social justice, or something worse, such as maybe not worse? Well, again, to me worse, maybe not to everybody worse, but like racism, discrimination, hate, things like that. What do you think would be the one that? I mean, obviously they both have a factor, but which do you think would be the more?
See, I'm of the point where, like, I'm not a social justice warrior. I'm not for that at all. I think, as I've explained many times, they infantilize people. I think by going, oh hey, I'm a white person, oh hey, I'm a black person, instead of I'm just a person. I think that makes you a racist. And you're wanting to try to beat others down for being a racist. You became one. You became so focused on their identity instead of who they are. Because I think that is separate. Where you have people that are like, oh, I'm a pansexual, otherkin, attack.
Fucking otherkin.
Instead of I'm Dan.
Yeah.
I'm like, at what point do those labels become you instead of you?
Right.
At what point is your descriptives more important than who you are?
Sure.
Because a lot of people cling onto this shit like 3-year-olds on a fucking blanket, dude. They cling onto it because that's all they have left. It's like we were talking about. They said way back in the day that 99% of our fucking life was just to get the bare necessities, and now we don't have that. It's the same thing that Joe Rogan says on his podcast. Which, by the way, Joe, if you're listening, we got to make this happen. You got to be on mine. I got to be on yours. We got to do this. Like you're ever gonna fucking listen. Anyway, the point is, he believes the same thing too. He believes that we have this. Our body evolved to the point where we were getting gratification and reward from what we were doing by getting the bare essentials. Now that we don't have that, we're creating the conflict that we're missing throughout our lives. Whether it be, racism, whether it be this, or whether we made some fucking drama from some outrage bullshit. We're doing it because we are missing that drive that humans had. All of a sudden, we have nothing. And people identify with the next rage, the next fucking, like he said, the sexuality or the gender or whatever, because it makes them feel important, because it makes them feel special. In this world, it's not about people feeling special. It's about doing what needs to get done and moving on. That's it. No other line.
What if instead of it making them feel special or making them feel important, what if it just makes them feel good?
It's that endorphin.
What if just saying I'm this, identify as this? What if that is just them coming to peace with who they believe they are and being comfortable with it, similar to like homosexuality, being able to say I am.
I think where I think the line, at least from what I've read and what I've seen, okay, being gay, being bisexual, that's natural. That comes from nature. It happens.
Oh yeah.
All that other shit, I'm sorry, it's not. It's and that doesn't mean it's. That's where I get to. I don't like to use even like right or wrong or things like that. I think that's where we get to. We have to label ourselves. Okay, if you're doing the best of what you are, if you're busting your ass, you're doing everything you can. At least from my own experience, you're not worried about what you're labeled.
Yeah.
I think it's without a better way to phrase it, it's justifying weakness. It's like like, I don't. Okay, I'm sitting across from Dan. I don't go, oh, Dan. That's Dan. That's he's all these other monikers. I'm like, no, that's my friend who I've known for years now.
Right.
Who
You're just Dan.
Like,
No, it's true.
He's got a
I
new
do
hat
love
like
hats.
every
Like-
podcast.
yeah,
You-
no, like okay,
you're just-
Mike's sitting next to me. I don't go, oh, Mike is that is Black Mike. I'm like, no,
Yeah, or my
that's
black friend Mike. No, that's my
friend.
it's my buddy Mike.
Like I don't go, oh, that's Sean. He's from Spain. You know, his people bring people into existence. But I don't do that.
Look.
Not every day.
Wait a minute. Wait the fuck a minute.
Listen, Christopher
We
Columbus.
did though. We did. We really did. We fucked a lot of
No,
people up.
it's
Genghis
I don't-
Khan, bro.
I don't think.
He did the same thing too. We
He
had the
did.
same ideas.
Are you bragging about that?
Hey, he
Maybe.
just might be related to her. So.
You sounded like a proud
You did
father.
hang out with her, so maybe.
Look, you need to y'all need to fucking stop
No,
right
like,
there.
Just.
I did
it's
hang out
not
with Brittany.
Like I think the labeling thing, people finding their labels, like Dan said, it can help them find their own inner peace when they're either confused about themselves or they don't feel comfortable with what they're being labeled as normally. Because labels will always exist, unfortunately, and once they find their thing, whether they're pansexual, bisexual, or whatever, it also opens a whole nother plane of existence of hatred as well. Because if you think about it, it's either before it was just you're male or female, you're straight or gay. Then it exploded, so now you're straight, gay, bi, pan, all these different things. So now if someone says no, I like boys and girls, okay, well that you're immediately going to say, okay, they're bi, but then they're like, no, I'm pan because of this, and this. Okay, that's understandable. I'm sorry, I didn't realize, but when you just said you like boys and girls, I'm gonna think bi. But then you're explaining to me all these different things, and now it's causing more of like you're offended, but I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. I'm just using the basics of what you were saying.
Why would people get offended about that? I don't get
People do.
that.
They do.
But I don't get that. It's like,
I
why
know.
would you do that?
I know.
But why?
And also, by the way, I don't see those people as bisexual. I see those people as good for business. They just, open up their business 100% rather than 50%.
Like
That's smart.
To me,
I don't know,
you can be whatever you want to be because it's not going to affect me.
But it
that-
does. These things do.
In a small way, not a way for me to actually be upset though. Like some people out there where they're genuinely pissed, where they're like, no, you can't be gay because my book says so, or you can't be gay because of this. I don't care what that book says. I don't care about
Do
that.
whatever makes you happy. If you're not hurting anybody, if you're not doing anything like wrong, then
That's
go
how
for
I
it.
view it.
Fuck
But
what
just
you want,
don't
suck
try
it,
and
eat pussy, whatever the fuck you want to do.
just don't shove it down people's throats. So like if you're going to be gay, by all means, if you want to be flamboyant, by all means, do your thing. But if you're going to start spreading hate speeches about straight men and all these different things and try and bash on us when not all of us are being mean to you. If someone's being mean to you or because of your sexuality or ethnicity, then by all means you have a right to defend yourself. Just don't immediately go into like trying to fist fight. Try and speak with your words first, obviously, and then go branch out into it. But I just feel like people utilize those as weapons instead of just saying like, hey, this is what I am, take it or leave it. If you leave it, then by all means you go your way, I'll go mine.
Because that's what people are caught up with. People are caught up with how people view them. It's like,
That's the social media era that we live in.
but
Yeah.
why should people care?
It's a social
That's
status.
everything, bro. That's literally
But-
the most
but
important
does
thing
it-
to most
But that's
people.
what I'm saying.
And-
You go back to that, and then you're stuck. Like you don't have a choice.
Mhm.
Where I genuinely want to know how many people chose the labels they have, or they're like, hey, you have to have more labels than this.
Mhm.
What if you just want to be, oh, I'm Tyler, I'm straight white guy Tyler. No, you have to have more descriptives. I don't want more descriptives. No, you have to.
And it comes to the same question.
I wonder how much.
Like
it goes into the thing though, like, and sorry to interrupt, but it goes into the thing of of like, oh, where are you from? Like that question. I'm from New York. I was born in New York, so that's what I'll say, right? And they're like, no, where are you from? And I'm like, New York, Queens. Oh no, like where are your parents from? New York. And then they'll keep asking because they're confused because the answer that they want is you're out in Africa or Haiti or all these different countries that have a darker complexion. Oh, I'm not going to give you that. You ask me the question, I'm giving you an answer. Whether you don't want that answer, it doesn't matter.
That's your problem.
For you,
exactly. But that's my whole thing. It's like going back to it, like people care too much about what other people think. Like Dan, if someone said something to you over social media, would you really give a shit?
Somebody I knew, or just some random person?
Just some random person.
No, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you don't give a fuck. Why would you care?
I'm
but there are people that do that.
Not like that, really.
Yeah, and I'm not like that either.
If they hit if they like really go at me, I'm like, hey, brother. But there's like, hey, fuck you, fag. Like, okay, okay, you have an anime avatar, so I don't give a fuck what the hell you say. But like, honestly, if they're like
anime king,
if they say shit like about my family, like they say some shit that's like close to home, I'm just like, hey, what the fuck? How the fuck, motherfucker? Hey.
What about you, Mike? What if someone says shit to you?
Like, I wouldn't censor them though.
Right, not censoring them, obviously.
You speak your ignorance. Go ahead, show it to the world.
But would you guys? What about you? What about you, Jintech and Mike? Would you guys give a shit if someone told you that? Oh, Jintech, you're worthless and pathetic because you're red. Does it bother?
So he's immortal to those.
Dude, I know.
Yeah, seriously, I'd probably be like, hey,
You'd reply back.
Originality minus one.
You'd reply back, Sean, I didn't know you opened up another Facebook account.
Right. Nice try, Sean.
We live in the same house.
Just come tell me that shit. Like, what the fuck? No.
You put in a lot of work in this.
No, it doesn't. Like for me, it doesn't bother me. Like,
Right.
The only time it would bother me is if they're trying to offend like close friends or family, or they're literally going after something personal.
Yeah. They're like, hey, fuck you, Mike. Your girlfriend's ugly.
Yeah, like that stuff would trigger me. Yeah.
Where are your lines with that though? What about the N-word?
The N-word?
Yes.
The N-word is just a word. Literally, okay, so that whole thing, it doesn't bother me. So like, because
Not
the way I
even
look
ER.
at it, I've had that happen to me numerous times. It doesn't bother me because I'm not going to let them win. They're expecting me to get angry. If I show that I'm rising above that,
they're getting what they want.
their word is nothing. I literally look at them. I'm like, the word means ignorant, right? And then that's when they get upset. And they took our jobs, like all that shit. Because if you give them what they want, they're winning. You can't do that.
That's what they're after.
Yeah, you
they're
take the higher road, and they'll be destroyed. So I've had that happen in school numerous times. I lived in a town in Pennsylvania that only had 3 black families. My family was mixed, black and white. Yeah. And so, growing up in that town before everybody started actually mingling with each other was extremely segregated. Not by the school board or anyone like that, just by the students because of how they were raised by their parents. Their parents were either Polish, whatever. They keep their kids together.
Polacks.
All the Mexicans kept each other, and then there was like a few of us blacks. The blacks started messing around with the Mexicans, so we became a big group. And then eventually, through sports and other things, everybody got together.
It's because we're homies, bro. We
compas, but
we gotta mess with each other.
Right? Hey, homies. But the thing is, like, that's the saddest thing, especially with the youth, because they're growing up being taught this. You're not born with hatred. You're not born with anything, really. You're born with curiosity.
You're taught it.
You're
taught racism.
There is some.
Somewhat.
It's not even hatred or racism or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're born with an innate if let's say we all lived together and we had children, right?
We all have, except for the children thing.
No, and we all had kids, right? And then our kids interacted. They were the same colors and everything, right?
Yeah.
The evolutionarily, they instead of being based on like race, like we have an inbuilt like, oh, you're not part of our tribe, like.
No, yeah.
But if it was all race, just kind of mixed together, and they all grew up together, they would be more worried about the other kids that they didn't grow up with, not the race.
Yeah.
It's an inbuilt thing, but it's
Mhm.
not based on race.
Well,
It's
yeah,
just that, you know,
and
tribes.
that's what I think with
Yeah,
racism.
it's
I think
it's
just a
the
curiosity.
enemy tribe
Yeah,
thing.
it's a
Yeah,
fear.
It's not, but it just for a really long time in human history, it just the other tribes happen to be other colors too.
Mhm.
but
That's
that's
all it was.
but that's not hatred.
I was about to say
That is
Yeah,
distrust.
I don't mean hate
That
I
is-
mean hatred.
That's
Right.
a curiosity.
Yeah,
That
it
that's
says.
distrust. That's I mean anybody who walks down the street, I'm gonna be like whether they're white, black, Mexican, green, purple, orange. I don't care. If I see you
and I'm
walking
not
by,
saying it's
right?
It's not.
I-
Okay.
If I see you guys walking down the freaking street, I'm gonna be like, who the fuck is this guy? Especially if you're orange, because that's like there's something wrong with you. Like what the fuck?
Tanning.
Hey, you better respect my president.
Oh,
President, build the wall.
You just can't see it.
See, other than Gamora,
Trump 2030.
other than Gamora, if another person was green, I'd be fucking super fucking sketched out. Other than Gamora,
yeah. Gamora would be like,
yeah,
What
I'd be
up?
like,
What's up, bro?
hello.
like it's Smash Dicey too. Right? And the thing is, like, the way I look at racism, and not everybody looks at it the same way, but I look at it more of a fear-based thing.
Right.
Because if you think about it, a lot of that the people that I've actually talked to was able to sit down and debate with them that were racist. They told me afterwards, they were like, honestly, like, it's just because I never really met anyone like you. I never met
I
any
think that's
like
awesome.
people, and so I just followed whatever social media says. So social media shows you guys as thugs wearing baggy clothes and all these different things. You leave your women, you do this, you do drugs, all this stuff. So I'm
Hey,
thinking
wait a
all
minute.
that.
That's Mexicans.
Yeah, wow,
Mexicans
Mike.
leave their women.
Racist.
That's ours.
Okay,
I'm
machismo.
just kidding.
But
Wildlife.
The joke is like, oh, you're a
black
black kid. You
yeah.
never knew your dad. Like that's
Yeah, that's like a
that's
huge
the
I'm
thing.
aware.
And
aware.
when
I just
you-
wanted something.
like honestly, my dad has dealt with it numerous times. When he would come to pick me up from school, the teachers would be slightly surprised. They may not say it.
But they'd be slightly
They would
surprised.
be
Yeah,
slightly
of course.
surprised, and then he would have to deal with that being a black father. But he was always there. And the thing is like the way I would solve racism is actually just talking to someone, not showing them anger back, because that's proving their point of view that they're currently seeing. Just like there's a black guy that lives down south, and he was on the news a couple of times.
One.
No. This particular guy. He's helped convert a ton of KKK members.
Right, I saw that.
Yeah, he
Yeah, I saw
converted
that.
a ton of them.
Just because he talked to him.
All you need to do is just talk. That's like when I was in Pennsylvania in that town, which was
You're
called
an
Shenandoah.
asshole just like me.
Yeah. I created a little program, and it's called CARE, and it was called Consider All Races Equal. That's what it was, right?
Cool.
And basically, what it did was it started from the youth up, because the youth is what's more important to me,
Right.
because they're the ones that are going to, grow and spread everything. If they're being shown hate, that's what they're going to spread. If they're being showered with love, that's what they're going to spread. So what I did was create like little programs on Friday nights and Saturday nights. They were able to work together, but the groups were selected on purpose so that way there was different ethnicities within the group.
Right.
So now that they were having to actually communicate and work together, now they're realizing, oh, hey, Pablo's actually pretty dope. You know, he likes Naruto like I do. Like he likes Power Rangers like I do. Yeah,
Can we just pause for a second and be proud of the fact that you said Naruto and that you actually mentioned an anime. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. But seriously, and then once they realize they have things in common, like any normal human being could have.
Right.
They realized you're not a bad person.
No.
What my parents might be saying
wait,
is
we're all just people?
yes,
Like,
exactly. Being curious about someone's color of their skin, especially if you first meet them the first time, understandable. I've walked around town and or even here sometimes, and I'll see little kids like staring at me. Does it bother me? No. I'll just be nice and I'll wave at them and smile to show friendliness, because if I just look at them with a dirty look, now that's in their head. Now they're gonna look at another
You
person
don't
the
want to
same
play
way.
into the thing that they probably
Exactly.
think would be super nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of messed up. That you feel the need to like go over and
I
above
think that's
to
any-
disprove them,
I
as
think that's
opposed to just
anyone.
being normal and being like,
That's honestly how I am with a lot of things. That's how I look at it. If you look at life in a positive way, it's just going to spread positivity. And that's what I do with, like, I have tons of gay friends. I have tons of bi friends, lesbian, whatever. I have friends like that. I have friends of different ethnicities. In this table, there's different ethnicities right now. You know,
I
and
mean, we have a ginger. Like,
yeah.
Better red than dead.
And
oh my god.
the ginger's already good. But the thing is that it's a ginger thing.
It's an old communist slogan, but I changed it.
Oh.
It used to be like better dead than red, right?
No, better red than dead. The people would say it as like, hey, even in America, like, hey, we're better communists than all dead because they were worried about the Russians killing us all.
Oh yeah.
So they're like, hey, we'll just join them, and like everyone here was like, no. We want like
no.
freedom.
America.
We want freedom and junk.
Freedom, bacon, beer. But
Dude, wait. Speaking of bacon.
Bacon?
Wait a minute.
All
Hey,
right, stop
no,
podcast,
no, wait,
podcast.
wait. Pause the fuck off. Pause the fuck, dude. I told you so much about the fucking butcher box that they were offering free bacon, and you said no.
lifetime.
I'm poor.
Free bacon. Free 99.
With a $129 box of like almost a few pounds of meat.
How's that free?
It comes with free bacon for life.
It's not really free.
What we're paying for is like foreign meats and like exotic animals.
No,
Not
not foreign meats and not exotic. Not exotic. It's like grass fed and like organic. I feel like I'm doing an ad for them. No, I don't want a sponsorship.
Seriously, it's free bacon.
No, seriously, please,
Yeah.
actually.
I'll just put it in. You won't know.
And
Now
now
it's
it's
a nice beard. It would work.
Hit me up. Don't worry about him. I just put it in. He'll never listen to it. Don't worry about it.
yeah.
His email is gintechsenpai.
No,
101.
they have
Yeah,
they have like grass fed beef. They have like like a lot of organic stuff. It's actually really good. Well, from what I hear.
Sean, I do have a question though.
Yo.
As your tech guy, how mad would you be if you played back when your podcast was like an hour of ads because they all hit me up? I just added them in.
Question to that. Let me answer your question with a question. Would I be getting something from that?
No.
Bacon.
Then I'd be very upset.
You would get bacon.
If I was getting something from it, like if I was benefiting from it, I'd be like, yeah.
Bacon. I feel like that's the answer there. Life itself.
Well, they don't have the free bacon now. Now it's free ground beef.
Oh, it's free. Why would you let us go down this rabbit hole and then toss ground beef at the end?
I told him months back.
All kinds of shit with ground beef.
Yeah, but bacon.
Hamburger helper.
Bacon's so overrated.
All right, guys. I think podcast over. Like,
Are you hungry now?
like,
You guys got hamburger helper?
No.
No, he makes really good.
But he makes fucking bomb ass ones. Gin Tech.
Which one do you use?
I mean, that's the only
Cheese
dish
burger.
that you can cook, but still.
Double cheeseburger, man.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Mine, we make it a little like spicy too.
Again, I just want to point out that this is the only thing that Gin Tech can cook. I've seen your steaks.
I just cooked a lot
Fuck.
of stuff. Shut up.
Like what? Clearly not steaks.
Just saying, the bacon talk was the most controversial thing on here right now.
For real.
Honestly,
We're all on the same page.
Yeah.
You
I
said
want
it was
bacon.
Overrated, sir.
I'll stand on that. I'll die on that hill.
You threw that.
Jews? We're gonna do this. You say something random, and then you put like a question mark at the end, and then you create a new topic.
Oh,
Anal
Like-
leakage.
Yeah.
so
What?
oh, well, they have butterfly flaps for that.
What
Is
are
that-
butterfly flaps?
So for the elderly
Oh,
that have
okay.
anal leakage,
So
It's
anyway,
like a
there's
back
a-
to hamburger
Band-Aid?
helper.
It's basically a tampon.
yeah,
For their butt.
for their butt.
That
It's a butt plug
is fucking
for their booty hole.
gross. Did you
Hey,
just say
um,
hot?
Wait,
Dad, you need to fucking stop. You need to stop being you for
He's
20
looking
minutes.
straight into your
Just
soul.
fucking stop.
I just want to say with what I just heard, maybe North Korea has it right. Like we've gone too far. Just
Dan just said
They make it.
that the butterfly tampon thingy for your asshole is hot.
I was memeing. I was just memeing.
I don't think you were. I don't know. I don't know what to believe from you anymore.
is
I
it,
don't know.
Does it come in like different colors?
Yeah, probably. You get ones with like little trees on them, like a river.
Hey, can you imagine if you can get like the Gucci design on it or like fucking like Louis Vuitton on it?
Ooh.
That'd be dope.
Or
Different colors
That'd
for
be
the
dope.
amount of
What's
leakage.
it called? It's like the C, like the handbags.
Coach? Yeah.
No, Coach.
That's why it starts with a C. Because it's Coach.
I don't know things.
I know you don't. So walk me through your process, Tyler. How do you cook a steak for you? I just really want to know. I was looking at it and I was appalled by the sight I
He
saw in the
turns the
kitchen.
grill on. He drags it across, turns it off, and eats it.
That is actually a pretty apt description. Yeah, Okay,
Just once over. We're good.
it's done.
That's nasty,
No.
by the way. But
No. You put it on. You just let it sit there for as long as you want. You flip it over once. You get a little tired because you're hungry, and you take it off no matter what.
just grab it barehanded. Just sit down.
What about seasoning?
What?
Seasoning? What's that?
Oh my fucking
Salt.
god!
It's like salt is too spicy.
My
The
goodness.
salt is a little.
I'm just kidding, by the way.
No, he's not.
Tyler uses the A1 dry rub.
Look at us trying to
Sweet
get
baby
ads.
rays,
You
bro.
see
You
that?
gotta use the sweet
I-
baby rays.
I honestly
Chipotle
bet.
barbecue sauce, bro.
A1. If you think I just I just gave you an ad, actually like the Texas Roadhouse, their dry rub is actually better. So get on that.
Do better at stuff. No, but I bet you that's not the only thing you dry rub. I'm just saying. Anyway, the point is,
damn. He led up to that.
You knocked you though.
I was waiting for that.
That's fine. John doesn't have to have anything on bring her help, or we'll just eat it.
Wait, no, wait a minute. Let's go back. I want to begin my
But if
three-part
we
apology.
do the butcher box, if they're just sending, what do you say, ground beef for life?
Yeah, it's free ground beef for
Hey,
life now.
Look at that. Not a hamburger
Wait,
helper.
you
with
pay
meat.
$129 once, and then you get free ground beef for life.
No. It's a monthly subscription with different
As
types of
long
meat
as
in
you
it.
keep paying $129 a month,
It's free.
it's free.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
you get
That's
an
a great
additional thing of free ground beef.
Yeah, but
Always in
how-
every box.
I
You're
want
gonna
to
get
know how
ground beef.
much. I want to know how much you're getting. Like,
I was gonna say, because like if it's $129 and that'll last you a month,
Well, how many pounds?
Yeah.
did you say
that's a
it
really
was?
good deal.
I think it was like 7 or 10
Nice.
pounds of beef,
Okay,
or
you
7
tell
10
me,
pounds.
'cause this is really an ad for them. Like,
I know.
Oh, there it is.
Here, it's right there, butcher box. But like Joe Rogan again, dude, we got to make this happen. Joe Rogan on his fucking thing. Oh, they do have it. Oh no, it's only summer. Never mind, it's gone.
Wow.
I got really excited for that.
Super sugar and nitrates.
I'm a fat kid. What do you expect, bro?
kid.
Fuck off, Gin-Tech. Anyway, no, I guess what is it?
Oh no. You're talking about the hamburger thing. Is the oh wait, no, that's wrong. Never mind.
The Joe Rogan on
What's
his
the name?
podcast, he says that if you use his code word or whatever, blah blah blah, you get the free ground beef and all that shit. It's pretty dope.
Every 2
But
months.
see how much is in the box? Because I mean, I'm down to get that.
Oh wait.
You are literally scrolling back and forth. You're clicking nothing and finding no information.
Someone else just boxed
Okay, back to the top.
what is this website? Like, there's
And
literally
down we
there's
go.
you just enter your email, I guess.
Yeah. Better
Okay.
meat for a better you.
We're trying to figure this out.
there's
Apparently,
nothing
we
to
can't
do.
even
I'm
website.
not putting my email. What is Sean's? Yeah.
Don't put mine. What the fuck?
Let's see what this says.
Wait a minute. I already have an email on Butcher Box.
Dude, that didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything.
Okay. We're in. We're doing
Oh,
something.
you got 10 minutes to claim it. Hurry up, Tyler.
Tyler, hurry the fuck
Price is
up.
Right.
What, how much dead animal we want?
Most popular mixed box.
Mixed
Full
box.
American.
You want chicken now?
Yeah,
Yes.
fuck yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
chicken's fucking good.
No.
Chicken.
What I'm saying is we get like a
Look
shitload
at
of
me.
chicken for cheap.
They're
Look,
fucking
Well, we can have more
descendants.
cow and more pig.
Okay, wait a minute. They're descendants from fucking T Rexes. Put them on the fucking list.
chicken's better for you.
All right.
Chicken is so good. You can make so much shit with chicken. Bro.
For real, dude. So much shit.
All right.
The people want to know too.
The
No,
people want to
no.
know, isn't that
Our
right?
listeners are like, God damn, I'm so fucking hungry.
Yeah, for real.
Fuck you guys. Why? Wait, select meals. $5.38 per meal. What is this? What is every 60 days? Is this the one?
No, the one that we got is the every 30 days, 129. That's the one that we were supposed to get.
Every 60 days, 129.
Every 60 days.
Yeah, there's
Every-
always
every
the same price.
I don't
It
have
just
to.
depends on how much they like. That's it. Like we just need to know how much. Like it says
Wait,
24.
how much?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's only 6.
It's 6 pounds.
Package.
6 1/3 pound package. It's 6
Patties.
burgers.
Oh, okay. 6 patties,
And
10
then-
ounces of
10 ounces.
bacon.
These are just the
a
add-ons.
pound.
Those are add-ons.
Oh,
Okay.
monkey ass, bro.
Okay.
Let's see. I just want to see.
No. Just where it says next. It'll show process. Oh, never mind. We got too far. Go back. Retreat.
This was
Retreat.
No.
Go to checkout.
I want to see.
No, because sometimes on the checkout it'll explain.
9 to 14 pounds.
And just so
Oh, there we
guys
go.
know, you can get it 20% off.
Wait,
That's
go to
right.
Mixbox. Go to Mixbox. Where it says the Mixbox right there. Oh, there. 8.5 to 11 pounds.
It's not bad.
That is
So-
not bad. And it comes with
So
2
it's
pounds of
2
ground
pounds
beef,
two
2 New York strips, dibs, 4 top sirloin steaks, 1 pound of whole pork tenderloin, 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast.
You guys split that like 3 ways. That's like $40 a month.
I mean,
Yeah,
we.
but
Wait a minute.
Give me one of your
To be
steaks and I'll
completely
take it.
honest,
Again, then, yeah,
hang on.
That's not gonna feed it.
that's the thing.
To be completely honest, if we go to the Walmart up the street, we could get exactly that for less than $129. Yeah, we could get that for like
Fries, bro.
$70.
Fries is better.
Sorry, but
No, I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
the
Fries
problem-
are Winco.
The problem with that is that Butcher Box says, that they have grass fed and all that stuff. Well, the Walmart down the street has grass fed beef, has grass fed
The neighborhood
bison.
market one.
So what?
Is it the neighborhood market fries?
No. The one off of the 303 by the dealerships, right across the street from there. They have like grass fed bison, grass fed,
I
all
put
that
in-
stuff.
That's how they do it. The mixed box, most of the box is the chicken part.
Mhm.
This, beef and pork. It only adds like an extra steak.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm not down.
'Cause that, the,
Fuck you,
between
Butcher Box.
Between me and you, that's like
That's
a week.
tonight. That's
a
just
week.
one night.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? A week. We have all those fucking beef you could really
And
gonna
that's-
stare at
no,
there.
no.
You really think that you're gonna see all those
No.
steaks and just
We-
sit there and
I
be like,
put
I
out-
can
It was
handle it?
like a pound and a half.
Yeah, dude. That
Well,
kills.
it fed me, Sean, Gabby, and Mike.
And we
Do
didn't.
one box or do you more than one box?
It was 2 boxes.
But we didn't. But we didn't take like small portions.
You
We
still
took like
want-
big ass portions.
Like, dude, it still
We ate,
wasn't
like-
enough.
Oh yeah, I could eat hamburger helper for.
Hell yeah, dude. That's just so good.
Hey, Burger Helper, if
That
you
would
want
be
to
good, like,
shout out.
give us an ad and send us some
I
stuff.
understand it's like
Everything.
almost 3 a.m., but seriously.
It is almost 3 a.m. No, but going back to previous topics that we had before, I don't know. I guess with the case of Brittney Zamora, we're gonna have to figure out what the fuck happens and then see where that goes. But yeah, ultimately, racism bad. We all established that. I
Yeah, I
think.
think we just ended racism.
Honestly, yeah.
No, do what Morgan Freeman says to do. Where he's like,
Smoke weed?
No,
The sit down.
where he says like, how does it feel that you're an actor of color? He's like, no, how about I'm just an actor? Like, why
How
do you have
about
to put
I'm
an extra
just
label?
fucking a person?
Actually, he's God.
He's literally God.
Yeah,
He-
that's
he played
God
God.
saying it.
Let's talk about how fresh his outfit was. It was fucking all white suit and fucking black shoes. That was perfect.
Anytime I see all white suits, I get nervous. I always feel like something's gonna fuck up and get it dirty.
Yeah, dude.
I couldn't do it. Bro.
How do people keep that shit
I
that
got these
clean?
white
Couldn't do
shoes for like a week and they're already fucking ruined.
that. Your fucking
Okay.
clear
If
pants
you
today.
had to buy a white suit, would you get
They
like?
keep dropping shit.
Would you get like a white suit
Oh,
or like,
yeah.
like a manila suit?
No, a white suit. You're not gonna get
You gotta
Manila.
get,
What the
like,
fuck?
Powder.
What kind of
powder.
communist
Manila.
bitch are you?
Like manila envelope?
Yeah.
Well, you guys gotta remember who you're talking to. I literally don't wear white, so.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I literally don't have
If
fashion.
you're gonna get the
I thought you were gonna say that too, and I was like, "You're right. I get you, but
I get it.
I get it."
I'm not disagreeing, just saying.
Cause like I want the white suit that Black Panther wore. It's not really a suit, but it's for his people.
Oh, you don't say. You wanted that? Okay, cool. Anyway,
Yeah,
new
so
topic.
what was that?
What?
You're trying to,
Yeah,
trying to
what
say
was-
something?
were you trying
Just
to say
because he's just
No, no,
Because I'm Wakandan.
no. It's not at all.
You can't be Wakanda, it's not real.
Until I buy an island and place it there.
Hey, you probably still to this day believe that you're a Jedi, so chill.
You're not a great Jedi.
It's like, oh, I am.
I can literally do that. It's a religion.
Yes, I can make Wakanda a religion.
You can't make
Real in
Wakanda
my
religion.
heart.
It's a lifestyle, sir.
It is not a lifestyle.
Actually, you can make it. Yeah,
I can. It just have a
it's
certain
really
amount of followers.
lifestyle, yeah.
He fucked up.
You Nordic fuck.
You Nordic.
You guys asked for this.
I love that shit.
Straight up, just hey, kill me now. Just
If
a
you
bunch
could
of
do-
suicidal bombers.
if you could do the accent, I would love that. I would
What
fucking
accent?
love
Wakandan
that.
accent?
The Wakanda.
Wakanda Forever.
Hey,
That's that. No, get the
It
fuck.
was pretty good.
You
was
can
pretty
say
good.
Wakanda forever for anybody.
No.
Do your best
No, he did
Black
it.
Panther accent without
T'Challa.
without saying Wakanda
As
forever.
long as they keep printing comic books,
Oh,
'cause that's where it's at.
damn.
They are.
They're making another Black
Dude,
They're making another
did you
Black
not see
Panther.
the? Oh, there's one. There's one that they just released, and it's he.
Oh,
Basically,
with the Black Panther has a symbiote
Yeah, he
suit?
has a
Yeah,
symbiote
that
suit.
shit's dope.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's dope.
And he's
Is
in
it
like
Venom?
no, it's a symbiote, the same race as Venom symbiotes.
That's not good.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I said, too.
it's
That's what I
more-
thought, too.
He controls it more. He has a better mindset than.
But that's not good because Venom got kicked off his planet because he didn't want to destroy the host.
Yep.
Where the symbiotes usually destroy the host.
Supposedly it's the same. I'm not fully sure, but
Well, Tony Stark had a symbiote suit
Yeah,
too,
it's
so
not Venom. Or like
it
one of
could be
his
the same
children.
one, the same
because
symbiotes
his
that
children
Tony
don't
Stark
do
had.
that either.
it might be one of his children. Because I know that Tony Stark had a symbiote suit from one of his children too, right?
That I don't know.
I thought it was because they didn't destroy him.
Basically, in the comic, T'Challa was put in a coma,
You're
and then when he
Nah, I
woke
was
up,
you're T'Challa.
he was in like a space prison.
You're a space prison.
And
Me too.
so Killmonger created a space Wakanda, and they were like pirate kind of things. So T'Challa was trying to change it. So when he woke up and got out of the prison cell, eventually he got the symbiote outfit. It's pretty cool.
Did he happen to call this space Wakanda like where the Inhumans are? 'Cause that's literally a lot of it's the same.
Might be. Might be.
I,
That's all I know.
Kinda
Like,
rip
that's
off.
just the kind of.
That's what we were talking about the other day. It's a complete ripoff.
Oh, yeah.
I was getting all mad.
Yep.
Yeah.
can I just say something real quick?
No.
I fucking hate Riri Williams. Go on.
He really
Noted.
does hate.
I really do. I cannot fucking stand her. All right. Anyway, so
It's not her fault. She's a better Tony Stark than Tony Stark.
you take
Oh
that
my
shit
God.
back.
I wanted
You
I wanted you
take-
to know what's
you-
about to happen.
You take
No,
that
it's
shit back.
Semi Alex Jones.
No, get the fuck out of here. She is not a better
They turned the
Tony
suits
Stark
gay.
They turned the marks gay.
She is not a better Tony Stark than fucking Tony Stark.
They made
You take
Jarvis
that shit back. What?
Made
What the
Jarvis.
fuck did you say?
There it is. Trigger.
He's pounding his fist.
Got him. Got him.
Fucking kill both of you.
Gotta go
They
full
took
Alex
his
Jones.
job. She
Yes,
took
you
his
did
job.
it. What did I tell you?
Never go full Alex Jones, bro.
Never go full Alex Jones.
Goddamn globalists.
Change the comic strips.
That guy is just some fucking parody of himself over and over
That
again.
is greatness.
Fuck.
That's greatness.
No, no.
I just
That
want to
is
see
terrible.
him meet someone else just exactly like him, like to the T. Like if he
No,
could meet
no, we
himself.
can't have that. That's how paradoxes happen, and then we all
Black
die.
We all die. It's like having another Sean in this world. We would all fucking die.
No, we would all want to die.
No, they would just kill themselves.
I don't think so. I'd be better.
That's such
what
a Sean thing to say.
Yeah.
Such a Sean thing to say right there.
You're
They
so
would
Sean.
stand each other, and then the universe would just implode.
They would literally like try and figure out how
How
to
do you
kill
fit
each
that
other.
much ego in one room?
I'm not that egotistical.
Gravity stops working.
We just fucking get sucked into a vortex. Okay, I'm done. All right. So it looks like it is almost 3 o'clock in the morning. I think this is a good place to wrap it up since we went to fucking Nerd Town after that. But yeah.
Butcher box.
Good point. We went for like an
And
hour on
Clutch
that shit.
Thank you guys.
That was you just promoted him, and then in the same 10 minutes, fuck this place. Don't go here.
All right. Well, thank you guys again for being on here. I appreciate it. And thank you guys at home for listening. Bye.